What's up, family and friends? Welcome to the Woke Nation, our nation of factual truth, where we feel free to share knowledge and spread the knowledge of factual truth without fear, without favor, and without faint. Where we encourage us to live our lives and live it well through the knowledge of factual truth because it's our lives. And personally, I'm encouraging you to enjoy your life. Live your life well, naturally. Don't live in fear anymore. Fear will always come through your dreams, through your thoughts, through what you see around you, through what you hear around you. Put it aside. You have survived even what is worse than all that. And here you are. Live your life and live it well. I'm sharing with us what I title Black and White Informations. This is very important because when I see some things our people are sharing, our people are believing, our people are claiming, our people are posting or saying this is the truth, or they are taking it as a truth. I was talking with my woman. I said something. She said, you know, this is proverb that people use, and I begin to recall what I've been thinking about our people. Slavery, that's foreign invasion and slavery, coupled with the education they give to us, has made us to be a people that are taking proverbs as word to live by, taking myths as word to live by, taking, some words people made up that in if you can relax and think over them, ponder over them, you find out it doesn't make sense and you don't need it. And some people have taken those words as their culture, as their tradition, as their way of life. And when you try to point them to the right direction, they think that, oh, it is your opinion. Or no, factual truth is not anyone's opinion. Factual truth don't give a fuck about your belief, about your opinion, about your culture, about your tradition, about your God, about whatever you say you believe, but you cannot see and you cannot demonstrate. All that the factual truth care about is reality, what works for us. That's what we're supposed to focus on. So, the question is this: what are you sharing or believing as the truth or as the factual truth? Let me, because you have religious truth, you have personal truth, you have community truth, you have tribal truth, you have nation truth, or people have different types of truth. But the only truth that must be permanent is the one that is based on facts. Okay, so check what you are sharing, because sometimes when I see some of our people share things that I know it has nothing to do with black people, and this thing is not our root, it's not from our ancestors as they claim, they get upset. I don't blame them, but I blame them that, when you hear something new or something that is contradicting what you believe, then the best thing to do is to research. Do research. And that's why I keep encouraging us to learn to judge all things, not some things. Some of you want me to believe in the God of our ancestors, but not in the God of Israel or God of Arab or God of other people. No, every God is bullshit. That your ancestors invented their own God doesn't make God real. Okay? But remember what I've been telling our people. If you want to practice religion, then practice the African religion. If you're an African, if they don't come and begin to maybe throw it in the public as if, oh, this is the true way for us to live, which I will ask you, what is that doing in helping you in your community, in your family? Nothing. It's just a mere belief. So they call it spirituality in English, and they say no, it's not religion. Just the way Christians are denying that Christianity is religion. So learn to judge all things, not learn to analyze something. You hear certain information, don't be a sheep. You jump on board and be, oh yeah, yeah. Have you seen the little sheep? They jump, boom, 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 boom. They jump. Sometimes they hear something and stay quiet. No, analyze the informations you get. Especially now, internet is exposing everything or making everything anybody can come and share. Have you noticed that white people are targeting black people even with information that is only supposed to be for their own land in Europe, but you see them throw it to Africa? Do you know that, like in America, white people are sponsoring the information that Christians and Africans are getting about American election, about American government, and then you hear Africans living and suffering in Africa, supporting somebody that is running for president or for whatever in America that has nothing to do with their well-being, because that is how religion works. They know they walk by crowd following them, crowd believing them. That's what they believe, and that's how they're operating. But black people don't even analyze what they're hearing or think, okay, you're telling me I'm living, let me say I'm living in Nigeria, for example, and you're telling me about Donald Trump or about Biden or about Russia, about Ukraine. What do I need that for? Nothing. But you see, our people believe it and even giving their life to it because that's the same. That's how they raise us up. Everything they taught us in school is foreign things, and that's what we hold as truth to live by. Learn to examine things, the things they say. No matter who that person is, whether they are your parents or somebody you hold high in high esteem in the community or in authority, examine what they say. Nobody has two heads. There's nobody that have two heads. If you see such a person, you know it's a problem. It's not normal. And most people that allow such people to live is like religious people. No, no abortion. You must go. This is wrong. You know, it's natural thing. It has nothing to do with any spirit. Learn to study things. Study what? Study people. Study books. Anything. Study it. Don't just accept it. Then you follow the crowd. And the crowd will always swallow you because they are so adamant to their belief that you dare not. They cannot even allow you to stand, even to help them. And you help them, they turn around telling you, no, it is God that uses you. I appreciate what you do for me, but the only person that can reward you, Karma will reward you, God will reward you in future. That's why I'm telling you, don't help them. Because if you help them, they give glory to their Allah. They give the glory to their Jesus. They give the glory to their Jehovah. They give the glory to their Yahweh. They give the glory to their gods and give to their ancestors that they have not seen or can see. Learn to inspect things. Inspect them. Don't wait for somebody else to spend. That's what makes people sheep. They are waiting for somebody to go and analyze, study, judge, examine, inspect the thing, scrutinize the thing, research the thing, investigate the thing, and come and tell them. Then they will say, okay, they even paid the person. You see how they raise money for motivational speakers? They raise money for preachers, for teachers of spiritual word or kingdom of God and all that bullshit. I was talking about spirituality, and somebody said he mentioned the name of one of these Indian gurus that comes and is talking something, and they think somebody like me will swallow it. No, I sift it. No matter who I hear from, I use my common sense. And you see some of my posts, it's not actually my post, but other people made it, but I keep correcting it. And correcting it for my people. Not for me, I already know about that. But most of our people don't. They don't know the difference between black and white information. White people say make some quotes or post something about themselves. Black people hold it and you see them begin to share it. Sex fair. Oh, this band. No, how about your own? That's how we lost our originality. You have to use your common sense to judge, to analyze, to examine, to study, to inspect, to scrutinize, to research, and investigate. That's why they gave you the book that tell you do not judge. They gave you the book that tell you leave judgment in the hand of God. Leave revenge in the hand of God. No. You are the one that's supposed to judge all things and prove all things. For example, all these prophets of God, the best way, the only way you can checkmate them and shut them up, when they say anything they say that God can do or God will do, ask them to give you date, a specific date. I'm not saying time is coming, the day is coming. No, give me a specific date if your God is true, if your God is living God. You have to be specific. A God that cannot tell you the specific date, just like they say in the Bible, Jesus said the day or the hour, and the Son of God. It's a fictional character. It's a fictional. Don't tell me your father don't want to tell you when he will do something. That means you are not his son. If you are his son and you are, doing whatever he asks you to do, he will expose everything to you. He will be telling you everything he wants to do because he will trust you. But you see people believing things, especially because they tell them to believe without seeing. And they continue doing that in everything. They went to school, they silenced them. They can't ask a question and get the answer. Even when they ask the right question, they silence them, they swallow it, and it became part of them, just for them to get job, just for them to survive, because we are still slaves. Don't accept or claim whatever they say or do as your own portion. Don't do that. I claim it. That's why when you go to Africa or to black churches, you see people full of I claim it, I claim it, I claim it. Claiming what? They are cursing you, you are claiming it as blessing. Empty words, you are claiming it. So you need to know the difference between black informations and white informations. I mean, information made for black people and information made for white people. Information for black people will never work for white people, and information for black people will never work for white people. It can never be. It's like taking the manual for motorcycle, saying you want to use it to know you are a car or drive a car or know how a car works. No. Bicycle have its own manual. Then car have its own manual. Nobody in his or her right mind or senses will take bicycle manual to drive car or to know better how his car works. No. So you need the right information if you're a black person to operate. This is how you can also know yourself and understand your enemies instead of you hating yourself and loving your enemies. For example, God. I wrote down some examples here which I will show us. God. God is white man thing. It has nothing to do with black people. Black people don't have God concept or anything. When they forced God on black people created goddess to it. White people didn't create goddess to their own because they are not balanced people. Black people are balanced people. That's natural people. God. What black people knew before was nature, not God. Nature is not God. Yet you see some black people today, because they see people are believing in God, they begin to tell you nature is God. No, nature is God. No, you are God. God self. No, God is white man BS. It has nothing to do with black people. That's why God can never work for black people. You say, no, your ancestors had God. Okay, during slavery, where was that God? The gods of your ancestors or the goddesses they've created, where is that God? And many of you don't know that white people use our ancestors to, to create many things about their own God. For example, Jesus. They copied from our ancestors. Our ancestors were, as some people say, that they were paying homage to nature and their ancestors. But nature and ancestors don't need any homage. They don't need you. They never ask you to pay homage for them or to them. You are part of that nature, and you are that ancestors you're talking about. All you have to do is to know yourself and live your life. Life is not a gift. Life is not a journey. Life is not a game. Life is not a movie. It's not like movie. Oh, life is like a movie, and God is the director. It's a lie. Life is not like a movie. Life is life, period. And life exists whether you like it or not. It has no beginning, it has no ending. Anyone telling you about the end, beginning of life and ending of life is lying to you. They are talking what is called make believe. And they designed those words to make you believe, not to make you know. Just as everything they taught you in school is for you to believe, not for you to know. You believe their lies. How about your truth? Your factual truth? Spirituality is white people's stuff. It's not black people's stuff. And most people that accept this spirituality is African Americans, those stolen from Africa. So I don't blame them because that's how all they know. But how about you that were not stolen, that you still living in Africa till date? You even claiming spirituality. And when I tell you that spirituality is African religion, you say, no, it's not. It's not. You begin to talk all the bullshit. He says it's nature. In spirituality, you understand nature. You know that no, for you to know or understand nature is you study. You study nature. Even white people have overtaken us from what they stole from us. These people can place a camera where they suspect anything going on that they want to know. They place camera there for 24 hours to monitor the movements there, what is going on there, to know what is going on. But what will black people do? I believe, hey, I see that empire. It's like something happened. There's a spirit there. Okay, there's God here. They begin to think, maybe let me build a shrine here, or let me build altar here, or let me begin to pay homage here, blah, blah. No, no. You remember before you hear people saying nobody know how a child is formed in the belly. That's because they saw that such thing in the holy book and they think it's true. No, you can know that. They have ultrasound today. You can know the gender of the baby in there. It has nothing to do with any spirit. And that's why you see parents lying to their little children that ask them some questions. They're supposed to give them accurate answer. They distract them with some blah, blah, blah. No, no. You know, God gives children. God don't give anything. Life is not a gift. Africans don't have spirituality originally. What they have is science. And that's what white people stole from Africa. Science. Ability to build, to know and build, innovation, invention. We are the one that invented all those things. Everything they are doing today is imitation of what we invented. African root was not spirituality. African root was not what you call all this ordinary or African root is science. The reason why you think it is spirituality that is your root because you are a slave. Especially most the places you are living today was not your original abode. Most of us came from the place they call Middle East today. Because they keep chasing us, we keep running away as slaves. So wherever we perch, we start culture and tradition there. That's why it is here today in Africa. They tell you a people can have multiple languages. They are still family, but they have multiple languages. They are one tribe, they have multiple languages. Spirituality is white man's stuff. Science is black man's stuff. How about religion? Religion is white man's stuff. Africans didn't have religion originally. What they had was their ancestors. Ancestors. They weren't worshiping some imaginary being. No, it's later when the foreigners invaded Africa and they begin to become pharaoh and all that bullshit, king and all that. And many of you don't even know that Africans weren't kings and queens and gods and goddesses. But you see, many of you claiming it today because African Americans begin to believe that. I don't blame them because that is all the information they had about their ancestors. No. And that thing came from to tell you that they tell you that Africans were selling themselves into slavery before Arabs and Europeans came. No, Africans weren't doing that. That's not. I will still talk about that. Religion is white man stuff. That's why they created that male what? Male fairy god. It's male, only male. That's what they created. In religion, one God. But Africans have ancestors, male and female. And some of you that will say Trinity is African triad. No, Trinity is not even balanced. Africa is people of balance. It's supposed to be four. Mother and father, and son and daughter. That's how it's supposed to be. If you're talking about balance, three is not balance. That three, say maybe male child, it may be female. No, it's supposed to be male child and female child, mother and father. So four corner, right? Yeah, okay. Use that one if you want to. How about history? History is white man's stuff. They wrote history to control the world, to ruin the world. What Africans had was culture, civilization. Another word for culture is what? Civilization. We civilized white people. We taught them civilization. They don't know anything. We have been selling. We have been flying before they came out of the cave where they were and begin to learn from us. And now after they learned from us, they decided to destroy us. But they cannot. That's why with history, they created the school system. And when that school system was introduced to Africa, Africans did not just do it as they were. Africans, they take 40 years to train. And it was not like everybody going to school. No. It was not. It was for people. And in India, you see people teaching medicine, people teaching engineering. All of them, they are there. If you're confused about any things about life, then you go there. They help you out. They say, okay, this is the information we have. Wow, not all this one they're doing today. This one say he's a native doctor. Then they come and tell you blah blah. You go to the other one, he tell you another thing that contradicts to that one. History is not African stuff. Africans had culture and tradition, which is family system, not school system. They will tell you how Africans were passing their history orally. That's how it's supposed to be. Have you seen any goat writing his book for his little one? No. This is the grass you will eat. No. They are following their mother. He eating this one. Okay, they looking. They taste. Okay, that one. Okay, I'll be eating it too. That's how it's supposed to be. Until these people came. That's why we had elders and they came and destroyed our system and gave us this nonsense. We're having king today. One person ruling over everybody, or a few people ruling over the whole people. No, it don't supposed to be so. How about war and slavery? War and slavery is white man stuff. It has nothing to do with black people. Nothing. Black people has peace and secure. They were peaceful people and they were secure. They have no need of anything in this world. That we are not looking for alliance or for somebody to stand for them and fight with them. You say, no, it's not true. It's even in their book, like Genesis chapter 11, 1 to 9. Black people were building great things, great cities. White people came and say, hey, man, these people, nothing can stop these people. We have to confuse them. That's what war does. That's what invasion does. They invaded and they brought war against us and enslaved us. Also, you can read 1 Samuel chapter 15, verse 3. Say, go kill everybody there, wipe them out. Also, you can read Deuteronomy chapter 7, 1 to 2. Say, these people are mighty and greater than you, but go, don't show them any mercy. Because they know these people were people of peace and secure. They were peace. They have peace and they have security. That's they secure themselves. They mind their business. They weren't minding other people's business. They weren't invading other people. They were civilized. Uncivilized people brought war and slavery. And that's white people. You can read about peace and secure people in black people in Judges chapter 18, verse 10 and verse 27 to 28. They came. People that were peaceful and quiet, living their life, they came and brought war against them, enslaved them, take their land, rename everything, and begin to claim that it is theirs, as they claim the Middle East today, when it was not Middle East before. Where is Middle West? Where is Middle South and Middle North? No, but you have Middle East. Ndoshi. How about marriage? Marriage is not black people's thing. Marriage is white people's thing. That's marriage. Marriage is another form of slavery where they purchase human being. They have to buy human being. Many of you talking marriage today, you black people, you don't know what is marriage. You don't. But you even today, you know how many marriages one person will have. You have traditional marriage. You have church marriage. Or you call it white wedding. Then you have court marriage now. Three. One for one to do three. Because we don't have our own anymore. What do we have? We have family. That's what black people have. Family structure. African family structure. In marriage, a woman is the slave to the man. To breed children for the man. That's why you see a man get highly jealous when he see another man looking at his wife. Talk less of sleeping with her. He bought that woman. So he's guarding it jealously. No, don't look at my wife. Don't sleep with my wife. Something happened a few hours ago. I was coming from work, so I stopped at the gas station to buy gas. So this guy, he was here. I was playing African music, and so he came to me pumping the gas. He said, I want to ask me a question. I say, what? He said, are you married? I say, yes, according to, do you have somebody? I say, yeah. Then he said, do you have children? I say, yes. He said, how many? I say, one. Oh, he said, okay, you are the right person. I will ask this question. He said, what will you do if you hear that your wife is sleeping with another man? Will you divorce her? I said, it's in your hand, So I begin to ask him, he began to say that his wife is in Africa, he's here, and he's sending money to the woman, and the woman is using the money to take care of another man, blah, blah, blah. I said, but you also left her. He said, but God bless him with 4 children through her. I said, no, it's not God. You are the one that pumped that woman. It has nothing to do with God. He said, so we were talking, I said, like, I have my woman. I said, I don't call a woman wife anymore. I don't have wife, but I have a woman. So, and I was divorced, and I have another woman. So he began to say, so I begin to tell him many things. He began to say, yes, you are saying the right thing. I say, yeah. So the main thing is that if the woman is sleeping with another man, then stop sending money to her. Then if you have parents or brothers and sisters that can take care of the children, it's either you file for divorce, and maybe in Africa now the children will belong to your less. Maybe they use court way, they may split the children. But the main thing I'm talking about is because he said he's hurting him because of the children. I said, okay, what you will do, you can be sending money to your parents or family members for them to be taking care of the children, so the woman wouldn't be touching the money. Since she's sleeping with another man, you shouldn't be responsible for her life. So let her and the man take care of themselves. While you take care of those children, you say it's yours. That's my advice to him. Because that anywhere I am, I will open my mouth and tell you what I know. I'm not telling you what I believe. It's what I've experienced all that. Okay, so before another car came, then he went to attend to them. Then I left. Marriage is not black people thing. You see how we are suffering marriage today, especially our women, but they don't know because they have taught them. They think if they are not married, it's a curse. If they're married, it's a blessing. The same way they have with breeding children. None of them care about the childbirth pain. All they care about is I have children. She don't have. She's a barren. I'm better than him. Why are you talking to my child like that? Have you gotten anyone? Don't have child. Let me see. Barren woman. And that woman was trying to help her call her son or her child or her daughter to order. Marry. We had family. I told the guy, I said, in Africa, before it was family and family. Integration. What we had was integration, not this purchasing a woman. From this family, you go to this family. And I tell him, if you or the woman is misbehaving, the family will take care of that. But today is you and your wife. I don't want third party. But this is exactly what I was telling him. But in your religion, either the pastor become the third party or the man become third party, because I was thinking maybe it's a Muslim. I tell him, I used to be a minister of the gospel. He was excited to hear from me. And I tell him my peace. But think about that, Africans. Don't you see what we are going through? I think he mentioned something also about, or somebody said that, about men supposed to be signing this prenup stuff they do in America. I said, no, African men, stop paying bride price, because women are using the foreign system now to divorce and claim the children too, or claim whatever. But at least, why are we still paying bride price? If we claim you are against slavery, you are buying a woman. That's what bride price is. When you pay bride price on her head, she is your property. And no wise woman should be a property to any man of any man. Let us free ourselves from all this bullshit. We need family integration, not purchasing slaves. Women, buying women as slaves is white people stuff. White people information will never work for black people because we are not the same. And one of the information they give you, you accept it. They tell you we share DNA with animals. Black people don't share DNA with animals. Africans, we don't share DNA with any chimpanzee or any animals. White people do. But many of educated black people hold it dearly that we share, yeah, we are mammals, we are animals. Yeah. Don't you see they have sex, we have sex? No, they have sex, we have sex because we are of nature. But that doesn't mean we share the same DNA. They have run the test and found out black people are not like white people. Naturally, we are different. The sense should be about the informations we are sharing. Their holy book also is part of it. It's white man stuff. Black people don't have holy book. And when it comes to black people, they begin to sacred this, sacred that, sacred altar, sacred name. No, all those things are bullshit. What black people had was wisdom of the elders. Today, we don't have wise elders even among black people. All the elders we have is Christian elders, Muslim elders. We don't have real African elders. All the elders, spiritual elders, they're doing all that bullshit they're doing, which is not adding anything to their life. It's not changing anything for better in their community. Yet they're still holding it. Like in Igbo land, you see they're respecting an elder or Igwe that break cola in Jesus' name. Before, people will say, you don't use English words in this thing to break cola. Yeah. Are they still holding that? Our language is dying, our language. No. You are part of them that's making our language to die. Like now, I'm speaking with English, right? Mm-hmm. Can I speak fluently with my Igbo language? No. I used to, but you know, it has been a long time. So now I must speak English. It's a must to communicate with my people. I used to tell my co-worker, you have to relocate back to to Africa to learn your culture and your tradition and your language. You don't know it anymore. In their holy book, that's where they tell you there is word of God. Africans don't have word of God before. We have wisdom of the elders. If you see typical African, they will tell you, my father say, my mother say. That's what they'll be telling you. Or so person say. It must be an elder. Something is confusing. You see people having an argument. They say, okay, let us go ask that elder. I did that. One time I traveled to Nigeria. I was going to, when I did all that, is it research? Let me use the word research, Ebafa, right? To know who I was before I came. Not that I don't have that idea I don't need anyone to tell me that because I'm supposed to know it myself. Nobody can tell you better than yourself about yourself. Nobody, no matter who they are. If you relax, you will know yourself because you are yourself. Nobody else. I think that's why my next video will be on understanding your dreams. I've been speaking on it, but I want to speak another aspect that I come to know recently. Your dreams. You don't need, just like you don't need anyone to interpret your dream for you. You are the one that had that dream, not that person. If you're telling it to that person will misinterpret it and mislead you. And that's why you see most people are confused in life about their lives. Black people know yourself and understand your enemies. It will help you a lot if you know the information for you see why people guarding their information. You see why Trump is a problem in America today and why he will never become a president of America again. He stole that classified documents. Americans don't play, no matter how mighty you are in America. There are lines you will not cross. Or it's only stupid people that will continue supporting you when you cross that line. But real Americans that don't play with their national security and all that, they will say, no, no, this guy know what he did is wrong. Because he exposing their code. Do black people have code? No. Sometimes I think, do Nigerian government now have any documents they say that I never? No, they don't. People that are borrowing money from China and all that, they don't have anything. The only documents they have is how to embezzle fund. That's the only documents they have. And when they say you want to interrupt, they kill you. That's it. But look at America, look at Russia, all of them. Even if with wars fighting, oh, hide this one. Okay, we have this secret about these people. I will show that you that secret if you give me so thing. Do black people have such thing? No. You said they don't. That's why our resources are open to any highest bidder. We just okay, come, our everything open, but they cover their own, but we don't cover our own because do we have one to cover? No, our nyash is open. Stop repeating the mistakes of our ancestors, whose hospitality cost us our heritage. We need to stop that. We are too hospitable people, and it has been costing us a lot. We must stop repeating the mistakes of our ancestors that made us to lose our heritage. It's time we wise up and say no, search all things and hold that is fact, the truth that is based on facts. Remember that foreigners are for war and slavery. They are not for our benefit. They are not for our profit. No white information will benefit black people. Neither. The black people, they are still slaves. And that's why we are calling us to wake up so that we can free ourselves, liberate ourselves from the evil system that force on us and begin to operate with our informations, guard our information from them so that when they come, they remain confused, even in our land, as we excel as a people again. Remember, our slavery condition is not permanent, and like the sun, we will shine again. God